What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So basically, I wanted to go ahead and do a 2024 Black Series collection overview. So in my last video, I obviously did an overview on my 3.75-inch Star Wars figures, but then today I wanted to take a look at my Black Series. So for a little background, I have been collecting Black Series since about 2019. Beforehand, my brother actually was into it before I was. So like I knew what it was, I thought they were cool. But it wasn't until like 2019 around Christmas time that I went to Books A Million and I found the Black Series Commander Fox, which was my first ever Black Series. So ever since then, I've kind of just really enjoyed collecting them. So yeah, like I started out whenever it was the black and red boxes, and then they changed to the new side art boxes, and then they went to plastic free packaging. So yeah, but anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys what the collection looks like. So starting off over here in my main sort of table display, I do have some Black Series, and these are some of my favorite ones that I have that I put up here. So in this corner, as you can see, we have Cal Kestis, one of my favorite Jedis from one of my favorite video game series. So obviously we have his original release, which I actually have two of. I remember, I think it was like Christmas 2018, I really wanted this figure. Because obviously I'd played the game, and so my brother also wanted it, and I remember his wasn't wrapped, so I thought that he was the one who got it, so I was like, dang it, like, because I knew if he got it, he wouldn't let me have it, but then lo and behold, my dad did get us both Cal Kestis, which I'm very thankful for. I think that figure is a little bit expensive nowadays. And then over here, we have the new Jedi Survivor Cal Kestis, which I was able to find at my local Toy Kingdom. But as you can see, that head scan is very realistic. This one doesn't really look like him, whereas this one looks just like Cameron Monaghan. So yeah, very cool figures there. I'm coming over here. I love Knights of the Old Republic, so whenever I figured out that they were making a Darth Malak and Bastila Shan, I instantly pre-ordered them like a year in advance, and then they finally arrived. And these are two of my favorite figures in the entire collection. Like I said, I could just go on about KOTOR forever because I just love this game so much, and I think the realistic take on these figures looks incredible. I think Bastila looks amazing. Like, it looks just like her, even though, the graphics were pretty bad back then. Right here, this is a custom Juhani from the Knights of the Old Republic crew. I made this, I think last spring. I basically took a Aura Singh figure, and yeah, I made Juhani, which I think turned out pretty good. Juhani is one of my favorite characters in the game. So I wanted to have my own figure of her. And then over here, obviously, we have Zalbar, a humongous Wookiee. I mean, he's even bigger than Malak. That is a big figure. He's taller than the Razor Crest. So very big figure. Very cool, though. Over here, these are two newer figures. We have Fives, which is pretty cool. I found him at Walmart. He's a bit expensive online, so I'm glad I found him in store. I think he looks great. The head sculpt is pretty cool on that guy. And then over here, this was one that I really wanted, and I never thought I'd be able to find, but I actually found it in Paris, France this Christmas, which was so cool. And it is the new Phase 2 Clone Trooper with the new mold and everything, and I just think it looks so sick. Looks just out of the Clone Wars. And yeah, so that is the Black Series that is over here. And the main Black Series is on this shelf right here, and I'm hung up right there. So I'm just gonna go through and show you guys what we got going on. So on the end of the shelf here, we have the Black Series Jango Fett. This one's really cool. It actually was my brother's originally. I think he got it in 2018 at a CVS, and then he ended up giving it to me. But yeah, you can take his helmet off. It looks like Temuera Morrison, and yeah, so pretty cool. In the back there, we have a Mandalorian Loyalist. I remember I had really wanted that one for some reason, and I ended up finding it at a antique store, which is pretty cool. In the back there, we have Din Djarin, like his original armor. We have the Rebel Sabine Wren. I got her at Books A Million as well. Again, she was one of my first that I personally bought to kind of get into collecting. Here we have a deluxe edition figure, Boba Fett, which I kind of regret buying because I was either going to get that figure or the Republic Crosshair from the Bad Batch. And I got this one, which I mean, as you can see, I already have a Boba Fett, that being the carbonized one, which I personally think looks better than this one. And now that, that Republic Crosshair is an incredibly expensive figure, and yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is, but I am thankful for this figure nonetheless. And then, like I said, we got the carbonized version Boba Fett, which again, it's better because it has like the cloth goods and stuff. But in the back there we have Bo-Katan. I remember I found her right whenever she released. I was really excited about it. I found her with Hunter from the Bad Batch. Here we have the latest Phase 1 Clone Trooper design. I do know that they are making a new one similar to the new Phase 2, which is going to be really cool. This guy is the king of shell forming. It is the Lando Calrissian figure. Any Lando is a shell former, but I found it for like 10 bucks sealed, so I decided to get it. Here we have Sev from Delta Squad. I did end up with 2 of him. It's a long story of how I ended up with 2 of them, but I ended up opening one so I could put Scorch in a window package. So it ended up being a good thing that I ended up with 2 of him. Back there, my brother I got a Black Series Commander Ply. So did my brother. He gave me his. So I ended up taking off all the yellow paint and just making a normal Commander, which I think I did a pretty good job. If you look at it from a distance, you can't really see all like the little markings and stuff, but there's that. And then obviously right here we have Hunter. I ended up with 2 of him again because my brother had 2. Or no, I had 1, my brother had 1, my brother gave me his. Here we have the Black Series Elite Squad Trooper from the Bad Batch. I like that guy. He's just like a black clone trooper. This is the original Phase 2 Black Series clone trooper, which I did a comparison to the new one, and I didn't even realize how bad the old one was until comparing it to the new one. They really have came a long way. Here's that other Cal Kestis Jedi. Again, I had 1, my brother had 1, he gave me his. It's pretty nice. Here we have the prequel Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love that figure. We'll get lower here. This figure right here is probably my favorite Black Series human in my collection. This is Attack of the Clones Anakin, obviously. And I had been wanting this figure for a very long time. Like, I'm talking like probably 3 years. And I always just thought like, oh, I'd go to Toy Kingdom and I'd see it and I'd be like, oh, you know, I'll get it next time. And then it ended up getting retired pretty quick. Like, they didn't have it. And so I ended up going on a toy hunt this summer, and lo and behold, I found it for 30 bucks, which is around retail, so very happy about it. But I think that head scan is the best 6-inch Anakin head sculpt, period. Like, I just think that looks so much like Hayden. And yeah, I mean, just look at it. Like, that is Hayden Christensen, and I just really love it. And so then, to go with him, I ended up getting the Attack of the Clones Padme, like pre-rip, I guess. But she also looks just like Natalie Portman. But yeah, I really, really love that Attack of the Clones Anakin. And then next to him, we have the Revenge of the Sith Anakin, which is another very expensive figure in recent years. I mean, this was a re-release because it was the archive wave, but since then, you know, it's gotten expensive. And this figure, I remember my grandma, she called and asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said that I wanted this figure and another one, and she was like, okay. And then whenever Christmas rolled around, my brother ended up getting this from her, and then she like made a face at me. I think she like accidentally wrapped it up for my brother. So for the longest time, this was my brother's, and he knew how bad I wanted it. And he would like always try to trade me for it and kind of like try to rip me off. And then it took a while, but he finally let me have it, and I'm glad I finally got it because it is a great figure. Again, I don't think that head sculpt is the greatest. I think he's really pale. If he was more of this skin color, he'd look better, but you know, it's definitely not a bad figure. And then behind him, for my birthday this year, I got the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan to go with them. That Obi-Wan is not the greatest either, but I think it does the job quite nice. And then back there we have the original, or no, not the original, but the re-release Kanan Jarrus. And then we have the Black Series Mace Windu with his purple lightsaber. And then we have Luke Skywalker, very short figure. And then next to Anakin, I thought it'd be kind of cool to like line up Vader to kind of show the dichotomy between the two. And then this is kind of like my Imperial area. I really liked how this Inquisitor looked, so I picked her up at GameStop a few months ago. We have 2 of the Shadow Troopers, I believe they're called, from Force Unleashed. Another Force Unleashed figure, and then a Death Trooper back there. 2 Jump Troopers, one has a yellow armor plate, and then we have a Heavy Snow Trooper. I forget what those guys are called, but that's pretty cool. Here we have the prequel Archive Wave Darth Maul. And then I got this guy in Disney Springs. He is the 5th brother, I think. And then back there we have a member of Inferno Squad. We have a burnt up Captain Phasma. You can like see her eye. Is it gonna focus? Yeah, you can like see her eye in there. This is more of a recent figure I got. It's the Deluxe Grievous. I just thought it was kind of sick, and so I picked him up. We have a Mortar Trooper, I believe, from The Mandalorian with his flame. And then back there, that is a Shadow Imperial Guard from the 4-pack. We have a Scout Trooper. And then we have 3... Oh, I'm blanking on what these guys are called, but 3 of those Imperial Red Troopers, 1 Jet Trooper, and then 1 Shock Trooper in the back. So those are all of the figures loose that are over here. Yeah, I'm very thankful for them. And in the back here, we have the Christmas Black Series Holiday Editions. I believe that this is like the first and the second wave. And yeah, so that is that. And then taking a look over here, these are some of my sealed figures that I just liked and wanted to keep sealed. So down here we have the 2 Christmas Clone Trooper Black Series. I love those ones, especially the gingerbread. Up here we have the 13th Battalion Clone Trooper from Fallen Order. Here's Darth Nihilus and Darth Revan, technically Jedi Knight Revan. 2 from from KOTOR. KOTOR 2 for Nihilus, KOTOR 1 for Revan. Love those figures. Here we have the 212th Clone Wars Trooper. Yeah, pretty cool. I love the like neon orange he has going on. And then over here we have all of Delta Squad. Like I said, I'm glad that I got the extra set because I was able to put Scorch in here because for whatever reason, they made a windowed release for all 3 of them except for Scorch. So it ended up working out well. Yeah, so very cool. I used to have, like growing up, I had all the 3.75 inch versions of these figures. So to get them in the Black Series 6 inch is very, very cool. Coming up here, we have my favorite commander, Commander Bly. I remember I had pre-ordered this figure, and then coronavirus happened, so they had to cancel my pre-order, which was sad, but I ended up with it, which is pretty cool. We have Commander Gree. Love that figure. We have Commander Wolf. His helmet can come off, obviously. And then we have my very first Black Series that I ever purchased, Commander Fox, which is actually a pretty expensive figure nowadays. Then up here we have my archive figures. We have Thrawn, which I got way before Ahsoka came out, like way before Thrawn technically came back. It was back in like Mandalorian Season 2 whenever they teased it. So I've had that figure for a while. We have the Clone Trooper, or first Clone Trooper. I got that for my birthday at Toy Kingdom one year. Got this guy at Toy Kingdom. We have Commander Cody. And then one of my favorites, again, we have the Black Series Archive Revan. I'm trying to think about where I got that figure from. It might have been Toy Kingdom, but I'm not entirely sure. So that is that. And then if we take a look over here, I do have some more Black Series over here. So we got, obviously, Aayla Secura. I love her figure. I think that the blue Twi'lek look is just very cool. So we got her. I got her at Toy Kingdom on her release day, actually, which is pretty cool. We have the Ahsoka Ahsoka, obviously. I got her because I don't really have a updated Ahsoka, and I think that head scan looks incredible. It looks just like her. And then along with that, I got Ezra Bridger from the Ahsoka show, so that's pretty cool. Coming in here, we do have some more sealed figures. I decided to repackage my Black Series Bad Batch. So I used to have them loose, but I decided to repackage them. So here we have Wrecker. Tech, Echo, which is one that I really wanted for the longest time, and then Hunter. And most recently, I got this new Starkiller Black Series, which I never thought that they would make him the Black Series, and they finally did, so very hyped about that. But yeah, so I never ended up getting their season 2 look, because I am actually more of a fan of this look. I know some people like this look better, some people like the other look better. I just think that this like kind of more similar outfits that they have for season 1 is more my jam. And then over here I have the new Black Series Pre-Vizsla, which I think looks sick. We have the Black Series Jetpack Trooper. And then we have the Black Series Shadow Trooper from Bad Batch. And then I also got this figure in Paris. It is Qui-Gon Jinn, Force Ghost, which is sick. Down here, I did not end up repackaging this crosshair. Like I said, I never got the Republic crosshair, but I was able to get the Imperial crosshair for Christmas last year, which is pretty cool. And I did not repackage him because this package actually came damaged, so. And then lastly, over here, we have the newer Christmas wave. So my favorite has to be this Nutcracker Purge Trooper, which is just so sick. And then behind it, we do have the Snow Trooper. And I believe the Ewok is still on pre-order, or back order, but yeah, so I believe that is it. So yeah, that is my 2024 Black Series collection overview. I am so thankful to have been able to collect as much as I have since the last video. You know, again, this figure is probably my favorite of the latest pickups. I love that Anakin figure. But yeah, so thankful. And yeah, so if you guys did go on to enjoy the video, make sure to hit like, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.